Ecosystems that reach similar climax community can be grouped into the category of biome. A biome is a large group of ecosystems that share the same type of climax communities. There are two major types of biomes, aquatic biomes and terrestrial biomes. Hi, and welcome back. In today's biology section, we're going to learn about biomes.
Lesson 3.2 Biomes. Objectives. Compare and contrast the photic and aphotic zones of marine biomes. Identify the major limiting factors affecting distribution of terrestrial biomes. Distinguish among biomes. What is a biome? A biome is a large group of ecosystems that share the same type of climax community. There are terrestrial biomes and aquatic biomes, each with organisms adapted to the conditions characteristic of the biome. Aquatic biomes. Approximately 75% of Earth's surface is covered with water. Most of that water is salty. Oceans, seas, and even some inland lakes contain salt water. The rest is fresh water. So, aquatic biomes are classified into marine biomes and freshwater biomes. Marine biomes. Different parts of the ocean differ in abiotic factors like salinity, depth, availability of light, and temperature, and biotic factors found there. The oceans contain large amounts of biomes or living material. One of the ways ecologists study marine biomes is to make separate observations in shallow sunlight zones and deeper unlight zones. The portion of the marine biome that is shallow enough for sunlight to penetrate is called the photic zone. These coastal ecosystems include bay, rocky shores, sandy beaches, mudflats, and estuaries. Deeper water that never receives sunlight makes up the aphotic zone, as it's illustrated on the picture. The aphotic zone includes the deepest, least explored areas of the ocean. Estuaries, mixed water. If you were to follow the course of a river, you would, in most cases, reach a sea or ocean. Wherever rivers join oceans, fresh water mixes with salt water. In many such places, an estuary forms. An estuary is a coastal body of water partially surrounded by land in which fresh water and salt water mix. As you can see in this figure, they contain salt marsh ecosystems, which are dominated by salt torrent, smooth cordgrass, salt marsh hay, or eel grasses. These grasses can grow so thick that their stems and roots form a tangled mat that traps food material and provides like a nursery habitat for small developing snails, crabs, and shrimps. The effects of tide. Daily, the gravitational pull of the sun and moon causes the rise and fall of ocean tides. The portion of the shoreline that lies between the high and low tide line is called the intertidal zone. The intertidal zone differs in rockiness and wave actions. On this photograph, it shows a rocky intertidal zone. If the shore is rocky, waves constantly threaten to wash organisms into deeper water. Many intertidal animals such as snails and sea stars have adaptations that act by suction to hold onto wave-beaten rocks. In the light. The photic zone of the marine biome also includes the vast expanse of open ocean that covers most of Earth's surface. Most of the organisms that live in the marine biome are plankton. Plankton are small organisms that drift on float in the waters of the photic zone. And I guess you remember SpongeBob character, Plankton, right? Yes, we're referring to that animal. Plankton are important because they form the base of all aquatic food chains. In the dark. Imagine a darkness blacker than night and pressure so intense it exerts hundreds of pounds of weight on every square centimeter of your body's surface. These are the conditions deep in the ocean where light does not penetrate. Much of the ocean is more than a kilometer deep. The animals living there are far below the photic zone where plankton abound. Many of them still depend on plankton for food, either directly or indirectly, by eating organisms that fed on plankton. Freshwater biomes. Have you ever gone swimming or boating in a lake or pond? If so, you may have noticed different kinds of plants growing around the shoreline and into the water. The shallow water in which these plants grow serve as a home for tadpoles, aquatic insects, turtles, the bags on rocks and fallen tree trunks, and worms and crayfishes that burrow into the muddy bottom. As you can see in the picture, although the spring and summer sun hits the surface of a lake, the water a few feet below the surface remains cold. Cold water is more dense than warm water. Another abiotic factor that limits life in deep lakes is light. Not enough sunlight penetrates to the bottom to support photosynthesis, so few aquatic plants or algae grow. Other aquatic biomes. Other places where land and water meet are called wetlands, but there are several different kinds of wetlands. Swamps have trees, marshes do not, but both usually have water flowing through them. Both are highly productive and are the source of food for many migratory birds and other animals. Terrestrial biomes. If you are setting off on an expedition beginning at the North Pole and traveling south to the equator, what kinds of environmental changes do you expect to experience and why? Maybe you will expect to experience changes in the weather, in the types of plants, the type of animals, the landscape, and that is true. But what causes these changes? One of the reasons have to do with latitude and climate. As you travel, you are changing latitude. Latitude describes your position in degrees north and south of the equator. As you can see in the picture, at different latitudes the sun strikes Earth differently. As a result, the climate, the cloud cover, temperature, humidity, and precipitation in that area are different. Latitude and climate are abiotic factors that affect what plant and animals will survive in that given area. As you can see in the graph, it shows how two abiotic factors, in this case temperature and precipitation, influence the kind of climate community that develops. Life on tundra. As you begin traveling south from the North Pole, you reach the first of two biomes that circle the North Pole. The first area is the tundra, a treeless land with long summer days and short periods of winter sunlight. Temperatures in the tundra never rise above freezing for long. In most areas of the tundra, the topsoil is so thin that it can support only shallow-rooted grasses and other small plants. The soil is lacking in nutrients. The short growing season limits the type of plants found in this biome, as you can see in this figure: grasses, dwarf shrubs, and cushion plants. The tundra is also home to a variety of small mammals, including rat-like lemmings, weasels, Arctic foxes, hares, and even birds such as snowy owls and hawks. Musk, oxen, caribou, and reindeer are among the few large animals that migrate into the area and graze during the summer months. On this photograph, you can see two common tundra animals. Life on taiga. Just south of tundra lies another biome that circles the North Pole, the taiga. Also is called the boreal or northern coniferous forest. The taiga forms an almost continuous belt of coniferous trees worldwide. The topsoil, which develops slowly from decaying coniferous needles, is acidic and poor in minerals. More larger species of animals are found in the taiga as compared with tundra. This photograph shows some animals of the taiga. Others include weasels, red squirrels, red deer, moose, and along with a variety of migratory birds. Life in a desert. A desert is an arid region with sparse to almost non-existent plant life. Deserts usually get less than 25 centimeters of precipitation annually. Vegetation in desert varies greatly. Many desert animals are small herbivores that remain under cover during the heat of the day, and they emerge at night to feed plants. Two of many reptiles that make the desert their home are shown in the photograph. Life in the grassland. Grasslands are large communities covered with rich soil grasses and similar plants. Some grasslands are ideal for growing cereal grains such as oats and wheat. Other important prairie animals that live in the grasslands are rabbits, deer, and prairie dogs. Life in temperate forests. Temperate or deciduous forests are dominated by broadleaf hardwood trees that lose their foliage annually. The soil of temperate forests usually consists of a top layer that is rich in humus and deeper layer of clay. The animals that live in the temperate deciduous forest, as shown in the photograph, include squirrels, mice, rabbits, deer, and bears. Many birds, such as blue jays, live in the forest all year long, whereas the birds migrate seasonally. Life in a rainforest. Rainforests are home to more species of organisms than any other biome on Earth. There are two types of rainforests in the world: the temperate rainforest and the more widely known tropical rainforest. As their names implies, tropical rainforests have warm temperatures, wet weather, and lush plant growth. Tropical rainforest habitats support a wide variety of plants and animals. This makes them the most species-rich places on Earth. Review. Biomes are large areas that have characteristic climate communities. Aquatic biomes may be marine or freshwater. Estuaries occur at the boundaries of marine and freshwater biomes. Approximately 3/4 of Earth's surface is covered by aquatic biomes, and the vast majority of these are marine communities. Terrestrial biomes include tundra, taiga, desert, grassland, deciduous forest, and the temperate and tropical rainforest. Latitude influences the angle at which the sun reaches Earth and is a strong factor in determining what a particular biome is like. Two climatic factors, temperature and precipitation, are major limiting factors for the formation of terrestrial biomes.
I hope you found this video useful, and until the next one, bye!